I don't know what I just witnessed. I don't know what God just gave me the pleasure of witnessing through basketball, but that was the most excited I've been in a long time. My voice went up pitches that I didn't know my voice could go. I probably sounded like a girl. I might have sounded like Elmo in the house, but I was jumping up and down because what a game. The Pacers always find a way to come back. And before we get into the game, I want to start off this way. Everybody who was saying this series was not going to be fun, and I didn't make any statements about it online, but in my head, I contended with every single person who was saying this series was not going to be fun, because are you really that much of a casual basketball fan that you didn't think this series was going to be fun? You got that OKC Thunder team, that gritty, scrappy team with SGA at the helm, and then you got this Indiana team that always fights back. You got guys 10 deep. Like, are you serious? Did you really not think this was going to be fun? How are you not entertained? How could you say this is one of the most boring finals we've ever seen? How are you going to say that the NBA is plummeting, the ratings are plummeting? This is one of the better finals that we have had in years, since like Cavs Warriors time. I mean, we haven't had a fun finals like this in a very long time. Look at what this first game gave us. That was spectacular. Haliburton at the end with that shot was crazy. Like, every single moment of this game, as an Indiana fan, I knew it was not over. I knew it wasn't. Like, no matter how big the lead was and how little time was left, I was never really shaken. I never got to that point of defeat as a fan where I was like, man, the game's over. Because with this Indiana team, it's never over. It never is. Like, you can be down 9 points with 40 seconds left, and they've still got a chance. Like, they never stop fighting. They never stop playing. It was such a fun game to watch. Now, let's talk about Haliburton, man. What a game he had. They were kind of getting on Haliburton at the end. I think it was Richard Jefferson. He said, you can't be putting up tour dates in the finals. Well, you surely can if you make the tour worth it. If you make the show what everybody came to see, you can put up a tour date every single game, man. Because that shot at the end, this is what Hallie does every single time. And I'm not even surprised anymore. You give Haliburton the ball, it doesn't matter how many shots he's missed. It doesn't matter that he wasn't being a superstar in this fourth quarter. What matters is that at the end of the game, he said, I'm going to call my own number because I'm Haliburton. I've been here before. I've done this. This is what a superstar is, Stephen A. This is what a superstar is. A superstar shows up in those moments that make or break a series, that make or break an NBA season. Like, you're in the finals, everybody's like, this is going to be a boring series. In this moment, this is what is going to get people to watch the next game. This is what's going to make people say it's NBA dying or is it living. Like, these are the moments where you show up. This is what a superstar is. It's not necessarily about how good you are on the court. It's about how many fans you have, how many people actually turn on the game for you. That is what being a superstar is all about. Haliburton has been a superstar, dude. He's been at the head of so many amazing moments in NBA basketball over the past 2 years. It even goes back to last year in the playoffs when they got to the conference finals. He's been at the head of so many moments. There's no way you could say this guy's not a superstar. He shows up, man, and he impacts the game in many ways. Even though he was getting targeted on defense and he looked like a weak leak out there, Haliburton still contributed. He still had 14, 10, and 6, I think. That was an amazing stat line from Tyrese Haliburton because he knows how to play. He knows how to impact the game even when he's not scoring. He can play, man. He gets rebounds. He does things. He's there. This is how this Indiana Pacers team win, but it's not just Haliburton. It's everybody. And the OKC Thunder, that crowd was jumping. I think that was the loudest I've heard a crowd all season. I mean, it's the finals, so you would expect that, but it was very loud. Like, I could hear the crowd almost louder than I could hear the commentators at one point in that fourth quarter. The chants were loud. They were electric. They're trying to get a championship over there in OKC, and Shea was amazing. Alex Caruso was amazing. Lou Dort could not miss a shot. That team was literally amazing in this game. They played exceptionally well, but they missed too many shots down the stretch. Like, and it wasn't, an excessive amount of shots that they missed. You're not going to look back at that stretch of missed shots and be like, man, they got to do better. Like, it was pretty normal. They just missed shots. Indiana just does not miss. They don't miss. Like, it's never going to be 2 plays in a row where Indiana is missing a shot. They're always going to make a shot, man. No matter what the lead looks like, no matter how deep into the fourth quarter we are, no matter if it's 1 minute and 30 seconds left and it's a 9-point game, Indiana is still going to make shots. They're still going to stretch out the game, man. It's so many plays where the Indiana Pacers just get shots that they probably shouldn't make, but they make them, and then you kind of expect them to go in overtime. Like that shot of Neesmith in the corner when he was kind of fading away, or that shot of Miles Turner when he's like fading and he hits it off the glass. Like, these are the shots that they hit that they probably shouldn't hit, but they hit them anyway. This team never stops, man. I'm so excited for the next 6 games of this series, man, because Indiana is just going to make it fun. We know OKC is going to bring it. We know OKC is going to compete at the highest level. They are the best team in the league. But Indiana, they have this element to them that makes me think they could easily win this series. They have this element to them that makes me think they could win in 5. Like, and I'm not just trying to be a biased Indiana fan. I'm just being realistic here. Like, I know OKC should win this series. They are the better team. Like, you saw it in this game. But the Pacers have this element, this aura to them that just makes you think they could win this series in 4 or 5 games. They really could. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they won the next game. They just have this thing. And this game was a game that was sloppy for the Pacers. This is a game that you're probably not going to see next game them have so many turnovers. You might see them play better defense next game because this game they gave up a lot of open layups. And Indiana, they're always going to give up open layups because they're always prioritizing the other side of the court. Sometimes it almost feels like they're giving the open layup on purpose so they can just push the pace. Sometimes it seems like they're setting themselves up to push the pace by giving up an open layup. I think they do that sometimes, literally. I think that's one of their game plans. So the defense could use work, and I think you're going to see a lot more of OKC attempting to target Haliburton. Like, after the first game, they've seen it. They're going to be coming into the next game with the whole game plan of targeting Haliburton on defense. They want to get him in every single play because he is a weak link on the defensive end of the basketball. So they're probably going to do more of that. So OKC does have kind of an advantage from the analytics perspective because they know what to attack. And with Indiana, it's just more of like the feel of the game. Like, it's really no game plan with this team. It's just like we get down and we're just going to keep playing. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep matching you every single time you make a shot. We're going to make a shot until you miss, and then we'll keep making it. And that's how we get back into the game. Like, no matter where, you're not going to one part of the floor. You're not just going to the three-point line. You're not just going to the mid-range. You're not just going down low. They're doing everything. They're just getting what they get. You know, they're amazing. The best team I think I've ever seen when it comes to playing in transition. No matter what the defense throws at them, no matter what situation they're given, they're going to always be able to contribute on the offensive end because they've worked on everything, it seems, and they've been put in every single situation. Like, no matter if you're giving them a mid-range shot, they're going to be able to hit it. If you're giving them a layup, they're going to be able to hit it. If you give them the 3, they're going to be able to hit it. Like, if you're going to want Tyrese Haliburton to go ISO, they can do that. Nembhard can go ISO. You can have Siakam go ISO. You can have Obi Toppin go ISO too. You can actually have Miles Turner go ISO. I mean, everybody can go ISO. You can give anybody the ball. If you need to pass the ball around the perimeter and get an open shot, they can do that. If you need to feed it down low to the big man or Siakam to go to work, like, they can do literally anything. They're just a good team when it comes to doing everything. So this team is just so full. They've got so many options. It's going to be hard to beat them because they just have so much. The OKC Thunder are a better team when it comes to skill level, player for player, but Indiana just has so many players and they have such a wide game plan. They have so many things they can go to. You can cut off certain parts of the Pacers game, but it's going to be very hard to cut them out as a team. Beating them 4 times is going to be tough. I wouldn't be surprised if OKC win the next 4 games, but I also wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers win the next 4 games. This is probably why it's going to go 7. It's going to be a fun series, man. I think every single game is going to end up being close. This was the game where, once again, Indiana had so many turnovers. They looked pretty sloppy early in this game, and they still won. I'm done with this. I'm so excited. This game just, I could have been more excited here, but like I jumped so much, I screamed so much watching this game that like all of my excitement kind of just went away. It left me. Like, if I would have just like been here, press record right after the game ended, like, you would have seen me screaming. I would have been screaming. I probably would have took my shirt off. Like, I was excited. This is how are you not entertained? Everybody's saying this was not going to be fun. You're an idiot. This was the most fun I've had watching a game in a long time, man. But hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did, man. That's the end of this video, man. Peace out.